855-714-8687.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Low 57. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. High 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, considerable clouds early. Some decreasing clouds late. Low 56. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
High winds at Battery Wharf in Boston. Man, look at those winds whipping. No question as to why we had major snow drifts into parts of the Northeast.
Yeah, I'm glad to have a quiet day like we had today with all that sunshine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, winds maybe 15, 20 miles an hour at maximum. Plymouth, Massachusetts, down toward the Cape, is in the 30-inch club today. You know what that means? That means you've got at least 30 inches of snow. Officially 30.7 inches there.
Somebody's got to make T-shirts for that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're in a club, you want a T-shirt. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Hey, Mike Seidel reports on the cleanup underway today and the efforts to get the power back on in Plymouth.
The sun is out. The wind has backed off on this day following historic Winter Storm Juno, a blizzard that dumped over 30 inches of snow here in Plymouth. Nearby Marshfield in Plymouth County recorded blizzard conditions for 14 consecutive hours. Here in Plymouth, the wind gusted over 50 miles an hour for a dozen hours in a row. And how long did it snow? When it stopped this morning, 43 hours in a row. Take a look back to yesterday morning. We were just down on the coast here at Plymouth Harbor, and look at the snow and the wind, snowing at the rate of 1 to 2 inches an hour. Winds gusting as high as 72 miles an hour. At high tide, we had the surge come into the back of the East Bay Grill restaurant. And it snowed and it blew all day long. It was an unrelenting event. Even until last night, we had snow coming down and flying around here in Plymouth. Now, the big thing is get it out of the way, get things back open, and get the power back on. This parking lot was filled up with N-Star power crews this morning. They left at sunrise. They're fanning out over the South Shore and towards the Cape. As of late morning, still several thousand customers without power. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel on top of a mountain of snow here in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
He's a mountain climber. Take a look at this. We've got a live look at New York City. The sun beginning to set. You saw some sunshine today there out in the Big Apple, and a whole different ball game than what you had late Monday and into Tuesday, huh? They don't mind it so much, though. Anybody who was up there, they got to get back out.
Yeah.
Fun being snowed in for a bit, but after a while it kind of loses its luster being stuck inside.
Right, then you want to get out and do your thing and run some errands and get crazy.
Get some takeout, you get tired of whatever leftovers you had in the fridge or whatever you were eating. So
General Tso's chicken?
Absolutely, yes. Or lo mein, that's one of my favorites.
Or Thai. Yeah.
Drunken noodles, it's called. Oh, it's so good. Hey, while the east remains chilly after Juno, the Central Plains, they're basking in above normal temperatures.
Yeah, check this out. Manhattan, Kansas is 68 degrees compared to Manhattan, New York at 33.
Yeah, the heat has been the story in the central western part of the country. When we talk about Lawrence, Kansas, 73 degrees there, site of the university, and Lawrence, Mass. Eesh.
How's this for my Vanna White?
I liked it.
22,
so
50-degree difference. Wow.
Absolutely, and just the differences that are coming. You know, we've got that ridge out in the west, that trough in the east that allowed for Juno, and out in the west they're saying, what snow? It feels great out here. We're in shorts.
You know, we broke a record today in Oklahoma City. Let me show folks these graphics. Yeah, Oklahoma City today, and Topeka also. A new record high was set today, 78 degrees. Not only was it a high for the day, it's an all-time high for the month of January. 78 degrees. We may get another degree before this afternoon is over. Oklahoma City also in the upper 70s. warmest it's ever been in January. The jet stream, the storm track, has been off the West Coast. That's why San Francisco's had not a drop of rain this month. Storms are going up and over, then bringing down some cold air to the eastern half of the country. Under here, we have fog in the valleys. Temperatures warm underneath that ridge. That's moving out. It is being pinched off on the north side, but still from Kansas southward into Texas, it is like an early summer day today. We have temperatures in Texas routinely at or above the 80-degree mark. Look at that. San Angelo at 80, Oak City 79, hottest it's ever been in January. But we're going to get back to the storms that are going to be moving across the country. That's next.
Who wants pizza rolls? This game day, fun harder with Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Take ZzzQuil and sleep like the kids went to Nana's house for the whole weekend. ZzzQuil, the non-habit-forming sleep aid that helps you sleep easily and wake refreshed. Because sleep is a beautiful thing.
Olive Garden's new 8 under 8 lunch combinations featuring 2 new house-made flatbreads, like our Pizziola flatbread, layered with Italian meats and cheeses, and our fresh and flavorful Mediterranean flatbread, plus super salad and breadsticks. 8 under 8 lunch combinations at Olive Garden.
What if your morning routine weren't so routine? Try one-a-day VitaCrave's Chewy Bites. Complete multivitamins with nutrients like B vitamins and vitamin D in chocolatey flavors. $2 off at oneaday.com.
Okay, ladies, whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got this.
Oh, no, I'll get it.
Let me get it. I don't want you to pay for this.
It's not happening, honey.
Let her get it. She got her safe driving bonus check from Allstate last week, and it's her treat.
What about a tip?
Oh, here's one. Get an Allstate agent.
Nice.
Switch today and get 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safely, only from Allstate. Call 866-788-0900 now.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, man. Is that a leak up there? That's a drip. Now that's a leak.
That is a leak.
And if you don't have Allstate Renters Insurance, game over.
Protect your valuables from things like water damage for as low as $4 a month when you add renter's insurance to your Allstate auto policy. Call 866-788-0900 now. And if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 45%.
Just a few more ways Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.
We're almost there.
If your bladder is calling the shots, you may have a medical condition called overactive bladder, or OAB.
Again? But we just went.
Ask your doctor about Myrbetriq, Mirabegron, to treat the OAB symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage.
Seriously? It's time to go to the doctor.
Myrbetriq is the first and only medicine in its class for OAB.
Myrbetriq may increase your blood pressure. Myrbetriq may increase your chances of not being able to empty your bladder. Tell your doctor right away if you have trouble emptying your bladder or have a weak urine stream. Myrbetriq may affect or be affected by other medications. So tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. Before taking Myrbetriq, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Common side effects include increased blood pressure, common cold symptoms, urinary tract infection, and headache.
If your overactive bladder is calling the shots, ask your doctor about Myrbetriq. Visit mybladder.com to see if you're eligible for a year's worth of savings on Myrbetriq.
We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Low 57. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. High 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, considerable clouds early. Some decreasing clouds late. Low 56. Winds light and variable. here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Those are the icy and snowy impacts of Winter Storm Juno. Now, just a memory, at least the falling snow. This snow's going to be around for a while. The storm itself is out of the country, and we're left with everything it left behind.
But could the Northeast get hit by another winter storm this weekend? It's a big question, and we're going to show you the scenarios coming up. It could add several inches to some already impressive totals from Juno. Impressive to say the least, really.
Oh, you know, we've had enough. Juno scored a big place in weather history. The numbers show it all. There's Worcester. Biggest snowstorm they've ever had in Worcester, Massachusetts. Plymouth, Mass, south of Boston, biggest snowstorm they've ever had. Blue Hill, southwest of Boston, second biggest snowstorm they've ever had.
Absolutely. Boston coming in at number 6. And, you know, even though down the road in New York City, they were spared the worst of Juno's snow, the city's decision to shut down in advance of the storm is now under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah, you know, they always do a post-mortem. Right. Al Roker talked with the mayor, Bill de Blasio, this morning.
You shut the city down. You guys made the decision fairly early on. Do you feel it was the right decision?
Yes. Based on what we knew, and look, it was a consensus we heard from the meteorologists all over the region that this was going to be 2 feet or more of snow. If that had proven to be true, as it was in Boston, as it was in Eastern Long Island, it was a no-brainer. This was the right thing to do.
And that discussion is playing out in conversations all over the Northeast. Did New York City act properly in shutting down for Winter Storm Juno, or was it overkill?
What's your answer?
I think anytime you shut it down, I mean, it didn't hurt anybody. Nobody was out on the roads. Nobody got stuck. Nobody got killed in a car accident. So when you look back at it, you go, hey, was it really a big deal just to say on a Monday night you have to stay inside?
Well, based on the data, if you think that's the way to go and you make the call, that's it. Yeah. Then it's Mother Nature's call after that. Right. Earlier this morning on AMHQ, we brought the experts together to continue this very discussion, starting with the director of the National Weather Service.
So we have to get better, communicating the fact that there are parts of this forecast that are less certain than others, because people who make decisions, have to factor this into their decision process, and therein lies the real challenge for us as meteorologists, as service providers, to convey the information in a way that people who have to make decisions, make very critical decisions, understand the level of certainty that we're bringing our information to them, and they can factor that into their decision process. Now, in this case, they might have made the same decision, and I suspect they would, given the magnitude of the risk involved. But we just can't deal with every aspect of a storm system in an absolute nature and convey that that this forecast is perfect when we all know that we can't make that perfect forecast.
Jim, jump in here.
Okay. Ask the folks in Islip if they felt like their forecast was blown. Ask the folks on the eastern part of Long Island if their forecast was blown. 9/10 of this forecast from the weather community as a whole, and I'm including the National Weather Service because we are all in this together, was perfect. And it was spot on. And the other thing that was great is we had leadership throughout every state in the Northeast. Leadership. One voice, one common thread. Here's what we need everybody to do. That's the beauty in it. So, I'd rather be wrong any day of the week on 10 inches of snow than be wrong on 20 inches and have you out there in your car or trapped somewhere on the road. This is not 1978. This is not 1990. This is not 2000. We are good at what we do. We will not be perfect, but we are very good at what we do. But the positives that came out of this in terms of the leadership and the communication, I think are great. But like Louis said, uncertainty, how do we communicate uncertainty is something certainly we can all learn on going forward.
And if I
Absolutely,
might
Jim.
add,
Within the realm of proud. Go ahead, Brian.
I think that we did communicate the risk collectively as an enterprise. We communicated the risk potential for this storm, and that was spot on. And the people who had to make the decisions, the local, state, federal officials who made difficult decisions, understood the risk involved, and we communicated that well. I have no question about that.
And when it comes to a tricky forecast, there are a lot of factors that come into play.
Certainly. Well, we turn to storm specialist Carl Parker to show us why and how the models are varied with Juno. Carl?
You know, Dave, part of what happened with this storm is that things developed very quickly in the modeling. We really didn't know that we were going to have a blockbuster storm late last week. It wasn't until the weekend that it became a lot more clear. We want to show you how all of this evolved, and so we'll begin with a look at what the models were telling us on Friday, and they were indicating that there would be a storm, but the track of the low was actually well offshore in most of the modeling, so that was telling us that we weren't going to be in for a very strong storm. Then on Saturday, suddenly the models brought the system a lot closer to the coast, and that's when it became apparent that we might be in for something really significant, and we started sounding the alarm about the possibility of 1 to 2 feet or even more there across the New England coastline and points a little farther west. Now, the actual track of Juno was just a little more offshore, and I will say that during the day on Monday, it did become apparent that most of the guidance was going in that direction, and in fact, we lowered our forecast here at the Weather Channel to 8 to 12 for the better part of the day on Monday, certainly so by Monday evening, and then continued to lower it to 5 to 8 late on Monday, as we had actually gotten a little bit of snow there in New York City already. And there's a look at what actually happened, and we saw that heaviest of snow right there in the southeastern part of New England. We're going to get a little more snow here, we think, in the next couple of days, and let's begin with a look at where this is right now. Not much to it. You can just sort of make out a little kink in the upper flow right in there. That is the upper system that's going to help to get an area of low pressure going around the lakes. And so with that, we'll get some light snow coming through by late tomorrow. That begins to get over into Syracuse and the Finger Lakes and Pittsburgh. And then very late Thursday, early Friday, we find that snow coming over into the Northeast. And this low is going to get stronger between Friday and early Saturday. And as it does so, we expect to see more snow developing there across northern New England in particular. And so that is the area that is likely to be hit hardest by this next system. A lot of the Northeast is going to be in for about 1 to 3 inches of snow. That should be the case in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, in New York City and Hartford. And then as you get farther north, we've got an area of 3 to 5 in the Adirondacks, a lot of Vermont, and then you see 5 to 8 there in eastern New Hampshire, much of Maine, and then within that, we've got an 8 to 12 inch contour. So that means that a lot of the very same areas that just got 20 to 25, even 30 inches of snow could be in for another several inches and maybe as much as a foot of snow, unfortunately. And that certainly is going to put a lot of pressure on roofs that have not been cleared. Now, beyond that, we were looking at the possibility of another stronger storm coming up on Monday. But I'll tell you now, the models have really backed off on that idea, showing a much weaker wave that rapidly moves out and into the open water, so maybe just a little bit of light snow for the Northeast come Monday. That's how it looks right now. Dave, Alex, back to you.
Okay, 4 days away. Thanks, Carl. I'm sure things will change just a little bit between now and then.
Absolutely.
This is...
things are changing in New York City because it's sunset. How pretty is this?
Oh, is that gorgeous.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Low 57. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. High 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, considerable clouds early. Some decreasing clouds late. Low 56. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Service to aisle 3, please. Service to aisle 3.
Children, I am your father.
We all have a Disney side, and the best place to show it is Disney Parks. So come to the place where the entire family can laugh, let loose, and play together. Disney Parks. Come on, it's time to show your Disney side.
No, I understand better than most that Washington doesn't come together on much, and it seems like it's even harder for him to get something right. But recently they did both. The new Reverse Mortgage Stabilization Act makes the reverse mortgage loan program even stronger. They ensured the stability of this important financial tool because they recognize the benefits a reverse mortgage can bring to millions of American seniors. It provides you with greater protection, more flexibility, and more confidence in your retirement.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now for your free information kit, including a complete reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from real borrowers, and a helpful family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362 for your free info kit today.
The fact is, a reverse mortgage is a proven way to turn your home's equity into cash. It's that simple. Facts usually are. You see, there's a lot of money just sort of sitting in your home, and AAG can help you use that equity to pay off some bills, eliminate your existing mortgage, fund your retirement, live a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now to receive an info kit, including a reverse mortgage guide, DVD, and a new family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362.
AAG offers a range of reverse mortgages, and they'll help you find the one that best suits your family's needs. You can even get a line of credit that grows over time and allows you to use the money whenever you need it. Makes a lot of sense to me. Get all the facts. In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones. Today's reverse mortgages are safer and smarter than ever. And that's a fact. AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362.
Time-lapse video from Worcester, Massachusetts. Check this out as the snow piled up. A daily record snowfall in Worcester, Mass. of over 30 inches. Biggest snowstorm we've ever had, ever, any month, any day, since we've been keeping records, as the sun went down last night. Boston officially 22.1 inches, and many of the drifts around town are much higher than that.
Keith, Carson watched it all come in. He's been there hanging out, and now he joins us. Keith, I got to know, has the attention started to turn from Juneau now back to Super Bowl, or is everybody now one-track minding?
I think so. Actually, the guy who brought me food in my room the other day wanted to talk about the Patriots for a really long time, guys. So yeah, I think that we're starting to think about that. And like I said, as a New England person, as a Patriots fan, we arrogantly are just thinking about, I wonder what the weather will be for the victory parade. That's it. That's where we're at. And everything here in Boston coming back to normal. You know, not only from the streets being cleared out, people starting to walk around, and joggers. You know, this is one thing I don't run, but people who run are really, really dedicated. So we saw them right when it started to snow, but we didn't see them yesterday because it was just too bad, you know, the overnight hours into the early morning hours. Now they're back out, and we were seeing planes. We're starting to see things come back to life. But in the meantime, we do have a bunch of snow here to talk about, and we didn't get into the top 5, but great little tidbit here from Catherine, who is one of our weather producers. She's a small person, so we call her Little Tidbit. Sounds like a bad rap name, but Boston got more than half of its annual average snowfall in this one storm. They average about 43 inches of snow, and we're standing on about, give or take, 2 feet of snow. It's also interesting to note that not far away in South Boston, they came in with 31, you're good, I was just talking about runners, 31 inches of snow there. So that kind of shows how measurements are going to vary just on the location within the city, and that made a huge difference. Let's show you some pictures from Sunday River. I got to give a shout out to my Maine people, and also to remind everybody else how much skiers love this stuff. Look at that. They call that a POW day. Beautiful, light, fluffy snow, a ton of it, and sunshine behind it. They will take as many of these storm systems as they can get, one after another. And actually, people who are even crazier about the snow than skiers, in my experience, has been snowmobilers, because snowmobilers, keep in mind, can't blow snow across all of the woods so that you can use their snowmobiles. They're more reliant on the natural stuff than skiers are even. So there's a lot of positives to this storm. The only note here is that we're still waiting to hear whether or not they're going to have school tomorrow for kids. That should be very shortly. And everything else back to normal. Parking ban is lifted, and it should be business as usual here in Boston as we head into tomorrow. So Dave and Alex, try to put a positive spin on that, and I have to admit that, you know, in the middle of the snowstorm, I kind of dug it. You know, no one hurt. Everything worked out pretty good.
I think everybody went from worried to, oh my gosh, this is actually kind of awesome.
Yeah.
To, okay, you know, we can deal with this. You know, we've heard people back out in Boston, back out in New York. They're not going to let a little snow slow them down.
And Keith, I'll bet
it's true.
I'll bet the coldest temperature we have tomorrow morning in the whole United States is going to be over the Northeast. With this snow pack and clear skies and light winds, we're going to radiate out below zero in some spots, huh?
Actually, I wonder, you know the dew point trick, I'm sure, Dave. We're on a clear, cold night like this, if you can use the dew point from the daytime to estimate the overnight low, and I bet that would work pretty well tonight, and it's going to be single digits for sure.
Yeah, well, our dew point now in Boston is 9 at the airport. Thanks a lot, Keith.
And I'm not running either. I would not be running in that. No, I'm not a runner. I don't get it.
Long distance running. No.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But you would run out for cake. Am I right? Yes.
Heck yeah.
It's priorities.
I'd at least hustle. Give it that. Coming up, Carl Parker. He's going to track a new threat of snow in the Northeast, but you're wondering, is it a big deal? He'll let you know.
That's the question. Doggies.
Oh, I love this as much, if not more than cake.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
Oh, they're so
look
cute.
at those. They're hopping like little bunny rabbits through
little
the snow.
Yorkies.
In Salem, Massachusetts. And they don't even look like witches to me. They're not witchy doggies.
Nope.
Look at that. That might be their first time in that kind of weather.
They're having a blast. Snow wrestling.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Introducing a PM pain reliever that dares to work all the way until the AM. New Aleve PM, the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour strength of Aleve.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Weekday mornings, Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, starting at 7.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here, and that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Low 57. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. High 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, considerable clouds early. Some decreasing clouds late. Low 56. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Your eyes really are unique.
In fact, they depend on a unique set of nutrients. That's why there's Ocuvite, to help protect your eye health.
As you age, your eyes can lose vital nutrients. Ocuvite helps replenish key eye nutrients. Ocuvite is a vitamin made just for your eyes from the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. Ocuvite has a unique formula that's just not found in any leading multivitamin.
Your eyes are unique.
So help protect your eye health with Ocuvite.
You used to sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Stress, fun, bad habits, kids. Now what? Let's build a new, smarter bed using the dual air chambers to sense your movement, heartbeat, breathing. Introducing the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep and tells you how to adjust for a good, better, and an awesome night. The difference? Try adjusting up or down. You'll know because Sleep IQ tells you. Only at a Sleep Number store where you'll find the best buy-rated mattress with Sleep IQ technology. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
When John Huntsman was diagnosed with cancer, he didn't just vow to beat it.
I vowed to eradicate it from the earth.
So he founded Huntsman Cancer Institute. Everything about it would be different. It would feel different. Look different.
And fight cancer in new and different ways.
With the largest genetic database on Earth that combines 300 years of family histories with health records to treat, predict, and in many cases, prevent cancer.
We made it welcoming and warm, with a focus on beauty